And there's been a lot of discourse on Twitter recently about Asta being talented, not talented, gifted, not gifted, skilled, no skill. And I just want to talk about it, right? So people are saying that Asta is gifted, talented, and have skill because he has anti-magic, right? But like the only thing anti-magic gave Asta was potential, an endless amount of potential. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and be like Asta never has a shot of being the strongest in the series. He always has had the shot to be the strongest in the series because he has anti-magic in a world where niggas use magic, right? But to say that Asta is the strongest in the series after we see him get his ass beat countless time in one-on-one situations, but people will be like, but he has anti-magic, right? And I like to think of it like this, right? An eraser. You take an eraser in a world of pens. You're the only eraser, and everyone else has pencils and paper and pens and shit. Of course, an eraser is going to be strong against penciled paper. But if you dip an eraser in ink, it's not going to erase the ink. You now have an eraser covered in ink. It's not going to work, right? That's how Asta's anti-magic works. It works against people that he is relative to or stronger than. But if someone is just completely fucking stronger than him, as he with his fight against Lucius, with his fight against Lucifero, his fight against Dante, his fight against Veto, or they don't even have to be completely stronger than him. They just have to be physically stronger and faster than him. And Asta's losing. We've seen this before. We've seen this with the fight against Asta and against Licht. It was 2-on-1, and they were both getting cooked profusely. Like, this shit's not funny. Asta is not the strongest in the verse, but he does have the potential to be the strongest in the verse. Anti-magic isn't weak, but it also isn't the strongest thing in the verse, right? It is very strong. Of course it is a strong ability. It's anti-magic. It's literally no magic. You can't use your magic anymore. But Asta also has worked his ass off. I hate it. It kind of sounds like to me that people are trying to say that like Asta hasn't like worked hard to get where he is, right? He's been working hard his whole entire life. People are trying to bring up but Yami and Mario Leona and fucking Leopold, not Leopold. What the fuck is his brother's name? Fagolion have been working harder. Always equate to how hard you have worked your entire life, right? Asta, when he first got right, when he first pulled up to the Magic Knights exam, he had no magic, of course. Asta never has magic, right? But he pulled up and he wasn't going to get picked like at all. The only reason why Yami stood up is because Asta when Asta was getting when Asta was doing the Magic Knights exam, the only person that stood up was Yami, and it's not because he really saw anything at first in Asta. He just looked at him. He saw that Asta wasn't really afraid. I mean, of course he was like scared of Yami at first. This big strong ass nigga just pulls up. He's like, oh shit. But like Asta didn't back down, and that's why Yami chose Asta. Alright, Asta's anti-magic didn't get him anything. Well, I'm not trying to word it like that, right? Asta's anti-magic is strong, right? But like Asta really wouldn't be anywhere without the help of others. And people are trying to portray that Asta he's the strongest in the verse. He could have done anything because he has anti-magic, and that's just not fucking true. Asta doesn't have anti-magic. His grimoire has anti-magic. He has anti-magic swords. He has things that have anti-magic. The only reason he's able to wield it is because he has no magic. Call it lucky, call it whatever. But Asta doesn't have anything. The only thing that he has to his name is his strength, his grit, and his speed. That's it. Alright, Asta learns how to imbue himself with the anti-magic, but Asta himself does not have anti-magic. He has a grimoire that has anti-magic. He has a demon inside that grimoire that has anti-magic. He has anti-magic swords, but he himself does not have anti-magic. Right? And speaking about the demon inside of his grimoire, without Nox's help, we have no idea what Libe would have done to Asta. Like he said, he was going to take over Asta's body. Without Libe's help, without Nox's help, we don't know how any of that would have portrayed. Asta, of course, anti-magic is broken. It's literally no magic, but there are counters to it that have been used many times before. Asta isn't gifted. Isn't talented. He does have skill, right? He does have skill, but he's worked hard to acquire said skill, right? People are trying to say that Asta picked up the sword and immediately knew how to use them, but he was training for months with the swords with Fonzel in order to know how to use swords. He didn't just pick up swords and know how to use them, all right? Because it have been portrayed better in the manga and anime, because there was indeed a light novel, right? I can get it if people forget that happened, but like, he didn't just pick up a sword and know how to fucking use it. He did train, but in my opinion, I feel like that could have been portrayed better in the manga. I like what they did in the anime. They kind of showed it already, but that's neither here nor there. But Asta is indeed, like, he got gifted an ability, but do I think that he himself is a gifted individual like a Yuno, like a Yami, like a Mario Leona? No. Do I think that Asta has talent? A little bit, right? But do I think Asta has skill? Yeah, of course. But he has worked hard for that skill. He is a proficient sword fighter because he adapts quick. He learns fast. That's probably like one of Asta's only other good traits, right? Asta himself isn't gifted. He isn't really talented, but he does, like I said, he has a strong hacks ability. But there are counters to this ability, and Asta himself does not. He doesn't have it himself. He has things that have it. He knows how to imbue himself in it now, but he himself does not have anti-magic. It's not flowing through him like real magic or mana. Like it's just in it's in his grimoire. Without his grimoire, he ain't shit. Right? Well, maybe not now because of Zetten, but other than that, Asta himself is not a gifted, talented individual. He has a gift, or that's not I didn't word that right. He has been gifted a good ability. He himself isn't talented. Actually, let me do this. To make this easier on me and everyone else, I looked up the definition for talented, and it just means having a natural aptitude or skill for something. Did Asta have a natural aptitude for anti-magic? In a sort of way, but that's like, he didn't know how to control it. He is quite literally the only nigga in the series that can wield it. That's because he has no magic. Would I say that's talent? No, that's just fucking dumb luck. Because he's the only nigga in the series that doesn't have magic, right? Everyone else that has magic would not be able to wield the anti-magic swords or that grimoire, because it would negate their magic. It'd make them weaker. I wouldn't call that talent, but if you call it talent, I also wouldn't be as upset. But can we really call it that? He just doesn't have magic, and he can pick up the sword. That's really it. Now I looked up the definition for gifted, and it means having exceptional talent or natural ability. Asta, the only natural ability Asta has is fucking strength and speed. I wouldn't say that helps him with the I wouldn't say that like helps him with his anti-magic or anything, but that's just something that he has garnered himself. If you're saying he's gifted in that way, then I guess that's okay. But that's not something he was born with. He you know, he trained for it, right? He's trained for everything in his whole life. And just like I was saying, like the whole point of this video was just trying to understand if Asta was gifted or talented, which, like, in the context of the actual definitions, I guess you can say he is, but also he's not, like, at all. He's not talented. He only has a natural aptitude for anti-magic because he's the only nigga in the series who doesn't have magic. It doesn't take any amount of talent to pick up an anti-magic sword. If you have no magic, he can just pick up the sword because he has no magic. He isn't gifted. He has worked for his strength and speed. He's trained for that. I wouldn't say he was gifted that, right? Asta isn't talented. He isn't gifted. He is skilled, but he, like I said before, he's worked for that. Anti-magic is indeed a broken ability. But there are counters. I'm just repeating myself because I want people to know that Asta is a hard-working MC. He's not gifted. He's not talented. But that, like, he's worked for everything that he's had. And man, I hate the disrespect for Asta. I hate it. People will overanalyze other forms of media, but it seems like they fucking completely turn their brains off for series like Black Clover. Like why? Like why? But I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm gonna have the biggest fucking headache. So I guess I'm gonna end the video here. If you like, man, like, comment, subscribe, do the good stuff, and yeah, I'm out of here. Bye.